Hi everybody, welcome back to Mattis Gaming. I'm Mattis, well, as this game likes to call me, Player One. So we're in Hydroneer. So it's a new game, and when I say new game, it's actually been out on PC for a while, but I'm a PS5 player, so I play console. So it's new to PS5, so I've only just got it. I have been in and had a bit of a muck around with it just to sort of get the lay of the land. But yeah, let's get in. We've got a new game, no tutorial, and we will call it Mattis Gaming. And let's go. Okay, so for those who haven't seen the game before, basically you've got open field, we've got a shovel, we've got a bucket, which the bucket needs water. Sorry, that they call that a pan. This is what they call the bucket, which is where we put the dirt. We've got the brush. It starts us with a wagon, a map, which we can have a quick look. And so that's us, the little spinning blue diamond with the pointer on it, over here at Ember Cradle. So that's where we're starting. No inventory in this game. You can hold one thing at a time, that's it. Everything else is just pick it up and put it down when you're done with it. So what we can do, we can get 4 loads of dirt into the bucket. We can then put the bucket into the pan, which like so. You'll notice, I'll just go back to that, there's 2 dots there. For some things it's your main pointer, which is the main one in the middle there. For other things it's your secondary pointer, so you've got a drop pointer and a sort of action pointer. You've got to figure out which one's the right one for each thing. Now, technically what you're supposed to do is have it up here, put the dirt in, get the bucket, pour water in, but you can just leave it in the water. Same job, quicker. But one of the things that they do tell you, well, yeah. Sorry, give me one sec. Forgot to bring my bucket. Like I said, it is a new game for me. But the deeper you go, the better the resources you're going to get. So let's just go and say it. Secondary pointer. Give it a brush. I'll just grab that so we can have a look. So yeah, so you'll see I've got a couple of little shards there, a little bit of gold, a little bit of iron, and you'll see those, they're quite small. And now what I'll do, I'll continue digging down, and then I'll show you what it looks like once I get more towards the bottom of this hole. Okay, so that's as far down as I can dig without getting lower. That's as far as the shovel will let me dig. So let's put that one in here. Get the brush, whiz it all up, and let's get that out and have a look. So yeah, so I grabbed this one out. This was one of the first ones. If we have a look-see compared to one of the later ones, there's a definite size difference there. But yeah, so that's how we get started. We're gonna keep digging down. What we might just do is one more now. We'll try and get it from as far down towards the bottom as I can, sort of touching out to the sides there. Yeah. Yeah. And the reason I did that is just because with pulling it out of the water there, it's just had that last load of water in there, so I just wanted to get rid of that. Okay. Now, what we got to do is now take all those gems. So there's a couple of shops here, which is where we can buy stuff, which we'll get to that in a sec. But to sell, we have to take it up here. We look for the one that's a jeweler. They're the ones that buy all the...
No, these items are appraised by multiplying the base price by its weight.
There we go. So it's the weight matters. Okay. So excuse me, sir. What do we get? $249. Which we get in coins, and even the coins we have to carry. Now, you'll notice in there is some stuff left, which, let me get that down here. So those shards is not something they buy. That's something that we'll be using later, which we'll get to those as well. In my little bit of playing that I did, we did sort of figure that out. Now, what we're going to want to do is with our 249, we want to try and get water over to here, and we want to dig down into there, so we can get down and work at the bottom. So to do that, we're going to want the cart, and I'll show you why we take the cart, because again, you have to carry everything, but the cart essentially works as inventory for us for now. But what we can do, I'll just show you a couple of things in here, just for those that haven't really seen the game before. So to buy stuff, what we do is we pick it up and we put it over here on this platform, and that lets us buy it, which it will tell us now that's $22. We have to put the money in there, and we have to press that button to buy it. If we don't buy it, it disappears when we walk outside the boundary. So, unless you're in creative mode, but this is straight up as the game's intended, no mods, no cheats, just exactly as it's supposed to be. So what we are going to need, a water intake, which the good thing is if we park the cart here, we can put it all on the cart. Excuse me, sir, I'm talking. We can take our cart, put it all on our cart, and then once we pay for it, we can just carry it all. We don't have to double handle it. So this here is the pressure tank. We're not going to need that as yet, so I'm not going to bother getting that. But that is where those shards go. That's what gives you the pressure increase. So you can put the shards or forge them into a bar. But yeah, so what we are going to need to get in there. So we're going to need some of those. We are going to need a pickaxe. Now we may have to do a bit more digging before we can do this fully, because what do we have? We had 249, so I'm going to get the intake and get as many straight pipes as I can. And then if we need more, I can just manually dig a couple more. Should be able to get 2 more of those, which is probably not quite enough to get over to us. Yeah. And just another thing, if it's making contact, So if it's making contact there, not letting it go in, you can jump and drop it.
Thanks for your business.
The other thing with putting it in the cart, just so you're aware, the collision physics turns off when you put something in the cart. So where if you were trying to stack it directly on the platform, it still has the collision physics, which, let me just buy this and then I'll quickly show you what I mean. So you can see all those all stacked in there.
You won't find better prices than these.
Why are you still talking? But yeah, as you can see, they're all stacked inside of each other in the cart, and that's what the cart does. Now, if I was to just try and stack them over here on the platform directly, they don't sort of stack inside each other. The collision physics is still on for it. But yeah, so let's get this back. We'll try and line up where we need our water tank. Water inlet, I should say. So we're basically aiming for that hole, which I think about there looks like the right spot. So that's in the dirt. That should work there. Yep, that's in the water, so we can tell by the dripping water. Now, there is a tap that we can get to turn it on and off, but I'm not going to worry about that at this stage. I just want to try and aim for over here. So yeah, so like I said, we're still going to need a few more, but what we can do now...
Huh?
Okay, I'm going to try and put that there. There we go. So what we've done, we haven't got all the way, but we've made it a little bit closer. So I'm just going to keep digging, trying to get, aim towards the bottom again. Do another few buckets until we've got enough money to extend the pipes out. So once I've done that, I'll bring you back. Okay, so that should do us. We've got a few more in there. Let's get that. Got turned around. Run this way. Let's get that up there. And then we'll get the rest of our pipes.
You know, digging deeper will get you the best resources.
There we go, 233. Did about the same sort of quantity as last time, maybe a couple less, but we're pretty much all down low, so we sort of didn't have to do as many digs. Okay, so I think we've got that just about out far enough to do what I want to do. We were sort of initially aiming roughly for this hole, but it doesn't matter exactly. We just need to be over far enough that we're sort of in the deeper section. You can see there's where it runs down on the edges, that all sort of curves down towards middle. So we want to just be able to be in far enough to get to the deeper sections. But there's a couple more things that I'm going to want, which I think I've got about $100 left, which should be enough. Yep, so $101. I want one of those. I'm going to want at least one more bucket. Might get more, but just make sure I can get everything first. We need 2 of these. Okay, what are we at? 50. And so yeah, so if we're at 50, I'll get the extra bucket. I keep calling it a bucket, but it's the pan.
You won't find better prices than these.
Technically, this is the bucket, but it's not what I sort of call it. But yeah, so there's a whole bunch of other stuff here that is for sale. We don't really need any of that at this stage, but that should do us, I think.
I got the goods if you
So
got the cash.
we'll get that. I've probably forgotten something. Like I said, I'm not an expert on the game. I played a little bit. Like I played a couple of days of just mucking around. I got the game a couple of days ago. I've watched sort of some interesting YouTube things. I don't know. Josh from Let's Game It Out does a lot with this game. I sort of enjoy his content. So I have seen that. But yeah. Nope, that's not the spot. That's the spot. Okay, so the reason I got that, so we've got 2 holes, and that's what we were looking to get. So now with this pickaxe, I'm not going to bother stuffing around with the shovel. Just going to get down as far as we can dig. I just want to make sure that these 2 droplets are making it all the way down. Because we don't get an exact angle, I'll just turn around. Okay. So yeah, so now you may have seen, which I'll demo it here with this. So basically the area is sectioned off into blocks. So where we have that, so I'm just trying to get that up to being straight as well. It can be a little bit difficult. Yep, just making sure I had it the right way. But yeah, so basically we're roughly about 5 blocks down. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'll just sit that there temporarily just to mark our spot. And that's basically where we want to dig down. Yeah, so what I'll do, I'll dig this up, and then I will bring you back once I've got access to the bottom there. Okay, so we've got access. We've got the two water spots. What we are going to want down here now, so that's as far down as we can dig. Just basically going to put that there, just because I want a flat surface to put the pans on. And just because having them on a uneven surface makes life difficult. They like to, you try and put it down, they like to fall and move and all that sort of thing. So if we bring those down.
Huh?
And then, yep, that one's auto-filling. And so is that one. Then we will need the shovel and the brush. So them both down here ready to go. The shovel still had a little bit of dirt. Now, previously we were filling up the bucket, which lets us do it 4 times. But what you can do is put it directly into the pan, but it only lets you do 1 scoop. But that's why we've got the 2 buckets here now. So just scoop, scoop. But when you're doing it, make sure you don't have the highlight on the ore that's in the bucket. Make sure you highlight the bucket itself, otherwise it'll make a mess. And then rinse. That's what happens when you don't highlight the right thing. Okay, everything's back to normal operation again. Almost. Let me just get the pickaxe. I just need a little bit more headroom. Keep getting caught up on the roof. There. That should do it. Let's get this bucket recentered now. Alright. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going with this, get a bit more done, and then I'll bring you back and show you the results. Okay, so if we have a look here, so this is the bottom here, so you can see that, which is about halfway up that block. But if we have a look over here, the bottom is underneath this block. So what I have done, I've just got an extra pipe, moved these over a little bit, because they were just a little bit too high. So I'm hoping that if I have that there, I might be able to get the blocks down a little bit lower. Now, this can be a little bit finicky. So there we go. So that's that one. Then if we that one there, so right. Let's just sit it back there for a sec. Looks like we've got a bit of dirt here still. go. So yeah, so it's not quite level there, but it should still be level enough that when I put it down, it doesn't fall off to any weird spot. Okay, one sec.
Huh? Huh?
Okay. There we go. So now, as with any game, there's multiple different ways you can do it. You can go through and get this area to the point where you're actually generating a fair bit of income from it. I don't want to actually do that. What I want to do is basically I want to get what do we so it's 1200 for the block of land that I want and 750 for a couple of things that you can only buy over here. So that's, was that 1950? So basically I want to get 2000 coin and then we're going to go grab another block of land. So just out of curiosity, let's just actually, I can see looking at it, it's going to need more. So I'm just going to keep going for a little bit, get these all done, and shovel, fill, swirl, repeat.
Huh?
And then yeah, once I've done it a bit more, then we'll get up to the shops and see how much we got left. Okay, so I kind of went a little bit further than I was intending to. I was going to sort of dig for sort of 15-20 minutes, but my son's mate was out the front with his noisy car. So I figured while I'm waiting for him to leave, I'll keep digging, and it ended up being sort of closer to 45 minutes. So hopefully that's got enough. What I was just doing is just moving it out of the water for now. I'm going to do one more just to use up the water that's in it. I don't think it's essential, I just don't like carrying it with water in there. So yeah, let's get these out of here. Now, if we were planning on staying here, there's plenty of things you can do. You could have dug that out quite a bit more and got a lot more set up. Could have tidied these up and made it easier. But like I said, there is multiple ways to do things, and the way I'm choosing this go through is to not stay at the one longer than we need to. There we go. So yeah, so if I had stopped about 20 minutes, I would have been about right, but because I kept going, we ended up with well above what we needed.
Fetch hefty prices.
Okay. So what I will do just before I go back down there is one other thing I'll show you. So these guys here, there's, I'll move back. You can see the little speech bubble above the head. They'll give you a little quest to make. Now that one wants soup. I'm not interested in.
If it's got value, I'll take it.
I'm not interested in farming at the moment, so I'm not going to worry about taking those. But up here is the main
I
castle
don't suppose
area.
you can grab me this.
To get past the guards, you have to get whatever they want done. So I'm going to take that. We're going to take that with us. Okay, turns out we're not going to take that with us quite yet. Didn't realise that that couldn't go in the bucket.
Could do with some scrap.
Technically, you don't actually need that scroll. I already know it's a 200 weight gold dagger, so that's all we actually need from it. So we're gonna head off to the new place. Yep. Not gonna worry about the wagon. Because what we do also have here is a little truck. That guy wants soup, so I'm not worried about that. Now, the things that we wanted to get over here are these. So this is a automated drill. And this one, which you can only buy one. There is ways to glitch it, but I'm not doing that. But yeah, so you can only buy one of each. So which was the 750 that we needed. Yeah. Just get that coin. So buy those.
Have a gander at Icehelm if you want to make more of these machines.
And as you probably just heard, to make more, we have to go to a place on the map called Icehelm.
Give me this, and I'll give you my tokens.
I'm sure at some stage we'll get to that, but for now we're just grabbing those ones. Yeah, because we're not actually gonna be doing anything more over here, I'm just gonna take everything with us. Yeah, so I'm gonna get that all loaded up there now. Everything except for the cart. Yeah, which there's reason for that, which we'll get to. Maybe, probably not this episode, maybe in the next one, but you'll understand why I didn't worry about taking that cart. Alright, so you'll notice in the truck you have the same physics that it turns off the collision once it's located in there, so it doesn't collide with anything else. So you still collide with the truck, so you can't put things down if they're touching the truck. But once you get it above that and drop it in, she's all good. Once it touches, and it has a little short timer just in case. I'll just show you, if you sort of put it at the back, it doesn't do it as soon as you touch. But if we go in a little bit further, and then it'll lock there now. So that's now locked in. Yeah, I'll put that in properly. Don't forget the map. The map is handy. You'll notice on the map there's a bunch of exclamation points. That's all the people that have little tasks for us to complete. The ones with the white outline around it are the ones we don't have yet. So, and you'll notice the one up at the Bastion Keep there that we did actually collect. That one doesn't have the outline. Okay, and that is the last of it. So we're all loaded up, ready to go. So we'll head off. So there's pretty much whatever you do, there's always going to be someone that goes, no, this is the way to do it. But at the end of the day, everyone has different ways of doing things, and when I sort of played for a couple of days and just sort of got something a bit built up, in that I did it completely differently. This is not even close to how I did that. Just like that first area I had built up with a whole bunch of drills and everything, and then I eventually moved on to another area, which was a different area to this as well. But yeah, here we are, Drek Quarry. So, as usual, we've got to drop our money in the bucket. Except, kind of buried my money in here somewhere. Yep, there it is. So money in the bucket and our new home. Okay, so obviously water is an essential part of this game, so I'm going to head down to this back corner. Yeah, because that is the only water source that we have. So I'll get this all unloaded. So let's have a look. So the grid is facing that way or that way. So just that's the lowest point. But if we have a look, so it's going to have to come up a level to go over there anyway. Let's see how far over. Okay, so other than that spot, we can get across just at that one level up over as far as here. Obviously need this to be in the water. So yeah, I think that's. Oh, hang on. Yeah, it looks like I kind of feel like it'll work there. Yep. So it does still count that as in the water. Okay, so that is where we're going to build out from. Yeah, let's just have a look and see where the boundary is. Which should be a pickaxe in here. Shovel, that'll do. They both do the same job. So obviously we can't dig here. You can't actually see it, but I'm pressing the button. But if we sort of make our way across, you can kind of see it here. But I just like to lock it in and see it. So this is the boundary here. One other little thing, so I'll just show you. So that was one spade full of dirt. Now if we get that actually creates two. And then we can take those two and make four. So you can actually duplicate dirt if you need to. It's a bit of a tedious process, but that does work. But yeah, I think that's where I think we'll leave it for today. So we made a bit of money, bought ourselves a fresh block of land. As you can see, it's a lot bigger than the little starting area that we got for free. So yeah, next time we'll go through and get some mining happening here, set up our drill and see what we can make happen. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you on the next one.